What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to take on Karolina Dean's heroic battle in Spec Ops 25 Mission 2. And I will admit it's as basic as people are saying, at least when it comes to your actions. However, where the problem seems to come in, at least in my opinion, is when it comes to random procs and what Rocket decides to do. So for example, if Rocket doesn't heal Karolina with his energy attacks, and instead he places Pyrophoric and just keeps triggering it, then you're just going to get bombed. The fight can end up being ridiculous at that point. If you end up getting really bad luck like that, then you're just going to have to try it again. That's just unfortunately how this one's designed, and there's not too much you can do about it. But in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that most people are using to win, and it is very successful. For additional damage, and once again in the case of the latter ISO, you are going to be relying on procs. But first, you want to put the ionizing AISO on her level 1. This will grant radiation exposure to her beautiful beams. Next, you'll want to use the explosive EISO, which gives her collateral damage. Sometimes this will proc every time you use your level 1, and sometimes you won't see it at all. But when it does, it gives additional splash damage and causes burning to the enemies. Now once we get into the actual fight, you're going to see the strategy for Karolina is actually very simple. But just before we get there, I do want to go over both Rocket Raccoon and Groot's abilities. Hopefully they're familiar to you, but they do have an added benefit. These ones of course both have Relentless. That really won't matter too much, but like always, Groot is a protector, and he also will go into cutting form. Then Rocket Raccoon's going to start with 3 ammo cells, and of course he has Trigger Happy. The main thing that we're worried about is the fact that Groot is going to protect. Then once he goes into cutting form, Rocket's going to protect. Karolina Dean has one ability that goes around this, and that's going to be her level 9. That's also her build-up move, which you're going to need the most Empyrean energy stacks that you can get for. So you'll want to get to 5. Where the luck comes in is of course with Rocket Raccoon either healing you with energy attacks, or damaging you, and also he's going to grant you Empyrean energy. Then once Karolina's turn comes around, you'll want to use Beautiful Beam on Groot. If you're really lucky, you're going to do a decent amount of damage, but you'll also get collateral damage to proc. This isn't entirely necessary, but it can go a long way. Then it's back to Rocket either damaging you or healing you. Once again, totally out of your control. You see, Karolina has a passive called Magistanian. This says chance to heal instead of taking damage when hit by energy attacks. So you'll hope that Rocket heals you at least from time to time, and that he doesn't use blam 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 right away. What you are in control of is the fact that you're going to use Beautiful Beam on Groot until you knock him in the cutting form. Once he's there, then you're going to use your level 9 Empyrean Flare. In this fight I'm actually doing really incredible. It's pretty crazy that we're at full health. Okay, and another annoying thing that Groot is going to do once he goes into cutting form is he's going to give Rocket an extra turn. This is definitely where the fight can sometimes go a little bad, but luckily we are up next, and what I'm going to do is fire our level 9, that way we take out Groot right away. Since we have a solid amount of health, we should be fine with taking out Rocket with our level 1. Also, we have the ionizing AISO on it, so we're going to apply radiation exposure, and we also have a chance to proc collateral damage as well. Sadly, we missed, so rather than finishing near full health, it is going to take us a little bit longer. Oh, and here comes your worst nightmare, blam blam blam. So now we have Pyrophoric, and that's where Rocket really starts to deal damage. Luckily, we just have to fire one more Beautiful Beam, and that is going to finish him off. So all in all, we didn't do too bad, but it really doesn't matter what health you finish with. All that matters is that you finish. This was actually my second win, and my first one was closer, but luckily we managed to win Rocket's ISO. So we'll take a look at that, and the other 2 that you can win. To be honest with you, I want Groot's badly, so that's the one I'm hoping that I win next. But first up, the loaded ISO 8 for Rocket Raccoon. This grants him Fully Cocked. Starts combat with 5 ammo cells. That's definitely an awesome ISO for Rocket, so I can't wait to use him in combat. But next up for Groot, it's the Resistant ISO 8. This grants him resistance to damage over time effects. That sounds great for a tanky protector like Groot. You thought he was annoying before, just wait until he has this. At least that's what I'm hoping. And lastly, the blinding ISO 8 for Karolina Dean. This causes her to have a chance to preemptively place blinded and migraine on attackers. So that's a solid ISO 8 as well. And now let's see how lucky we are. Those of you on Facebook already know. We win the resistant ISO 8. So now we're 2 for 2 and we have the 2 that we wanted the most. I seriously couldn't be more happy about this. I hope that everyone else is as lucky as me in this case and that you're able to beat this with the help of the video and that you get the ISO that you want. After this, the only thing left to do is to wrap it up with the ending dialogue, and then next up will be the task list part 2. I'll try to have that up as soon as I possibly can, but it will take a little while. By the time it's done, I'll probably be ready to edit part 3. The good news is the research times will allow me to catch up, so I'm not worried about that. Alright, with Rocket's final panel, I want to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck and take care.